safety protocols? Grainger has the safety pros to call. Shop our vast inventory of safety products at Grainger.com.
Hello, good morning. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the FFTW channel, guys. This is futures for the win, baby. Futures all day, every day. I don't give a damn. I don't. All right, so we're gonna get cracking today. We are witnessing right now the market open, and we're viewing the MNQ micro Nasdaq. And right now the market is going crazy. We could be filling up this gap here from overnight gap from last Thursday to Friday. And I'm just waiting for a good clear setup that I could take. Without rushing it, trying to make money, just being patient. And that's really the key here. To be profitable in this business, we have to be patient with the setups that we take. Make sure that we are running them through some sort of quality check, making sure that we're taking really good setups, guys. We're not just hoping to make money, where we want to be certain that we're making money in this game, right? So that's what we're here to do. I haven't really analyzed my market yet. The only thing I did was mark out this previous week, previous day gap, and I'm just waiting to see if I get a good quality setup here. I'm not really in a rush to jump in a trade, so I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up my levels and all that. Usually I like to go on the 60-minute. So why don't we go change our time frame to the 60-minute here. All right, we're on the 60-minute Nasdaq, specifically the micros, and we want to mark out. This is the first thing I like to do. I want to mark out the previous major high and major low. So I would consider this probably a supply zone right here. So I put the line, the price action in a line, so I can see structure a little bit better, and then I go and switch into candles. So you're gonna see me go back and forth a few times just to keep an eye on structure. So right now Market's ripping. It's probably going to fill this gap. And I'm seeing that there is a double, not a double top. I mean, you could call it a double top, but I like to call this equal highs, right? Because a double top is more of a reversal pattern. This is more of like an equal high setup here. So I want to find, if I'm going to buy this market and we're reaching an area of resistance. This is a resistance here, so I don't want to buy as it just because it's going up right now, and I think it's just going to rip to the moon. I want to see buyers squeeze above this resistance. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me skip these ads. There we go. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so I want to see buyers squeeze or break or pass through this resistance zone and pass through this resistance zone and find either support here or trap sellers thinking it's going down, and then I'll look for my opportunity to buy this if it goes higher. The reason I want to do that is because the overall trend is down, so I don't want to just buy this on any move up. I want it to be, I want to see where sellers are trapped with the opportunity of price going up, if that makes sense. Okay. And that's just what I'm gonna do. If I do miss this opportunity because of what I'm doing, then it is what it is. I'm not here to capture every single opportunity, just the ones that are of higher quality to me with my skill set. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and start looking for these setups. We have our structure here, we have supply here, and if we do go up, let's mark the next. I want to mark this whole like area right here. Right, the support and resistance right here. We could find sellers up here if we do fill this gap. Market's ripping, cool. I'm not missing anything. Just gotta learn how to sit back and relax and not take stupid ass trades. And that's all I'm doing, man. Just here chilling, hanging out. We got some music in the background. Repping up the charts. Okay, so what else are we looking for here? This would be our next level of resistance up here. I'll mark it at the high. Okay, good. She's still ripping. Okay, so that's the 60-minute. I'm go ahead and change that. Not to get anybody confused here. So 60-minute time frame. And then we're gonna trade off the 5. Just keeping it simple today. I usually like to use a few more time frames, but just for today, let's just keep it simple. Alright, so that's our plan. So let's see if our plan comes to fruition. So it's to find, squeeze, break this resistance, pull back, find some kind of support, or drop some kind of sellers. With a continuation of this move higher. There is a lot of buying here, really strong buyers. Okay, we could go ahead also and mark the support down here, these lows. And we can use this as our demand zone. You know, there's buyers down here. Okay, so we're probably gonna have some kind of range here. Probably gonna have some kind of range here. Right. Usually after a strong move down or a strong move up, there's usually some kind of range, and then either continuation to the downside, or then you get a reversal to come back up and retest these highs. Right, so I'm expecting some kind of range here, and it's a Monday, so you already know Mondays are usually just very tricky. You have to be really patient on Mondays. Especially with this kind of setup here, where we have a gap above, but then we have a gap below as well, and you just don't know which way it's gonna go, right? So you want to just make sure you have a clear direction before you even get on a trade. Right, so far we got strong buyers. It's only been the first 10 minutes. Let's take a quick look at what news we may or may not have today, and pull over the calendar, dynamic calendar here, and it looks like we have some news here at 10 a.m. Factory orders. It's for Monday the 4th. Okay, perfect. So we gotta watch out at 10 o'clock. We might get some volatility, and we could end up in danger if we don't watch out for this. Right? So we'll make sure to try to be careful. If we're in a trade, we'll be cautious of that time frame, 10 o'clock. So let's keep that in mind. While we do this, I'm just gonna type it in here. That way we don't forget. This is gonna be part of our trading plan today. So we're gonna do factory orders 10 a.m. Let's go. It's a Monday. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Mondays are usually pretty tough to trade. It's Monday, so take it easy. What else? 2, maybe 3 8+ setups is what I want to look for. And we're gonna stop at 11. Right, no trading past 11. We just want to make it short and sweet, and I want to be careful because there's a gap above and gap below. So what I want you guys to take away from this is the fact that I'm looking at this chart and I'm just writing things down, taking notes of what I'm seeing here. So it's just pure visual. I haven't looked at any news. I haven't heard no reports. I'm just going off of pure price action. Even if there was actually good news and going around, I don't want to just jump in the market blindly. Right? So that's what we're gonna do here. Market's ripping. I would have loved to be on that. But like I said, there's a gap below, a gap above. It's Monday. Take it easy. Mondays have been days. I think if there's one day of the week where I've blown the most accounts, I think that's Monday. So I say this from experience and out of love for everybody else, so that nobody else out there loses money or loses their funded account or loses their challenge account. Maybe they're close to passing, right? So that's why I say it. There's a reason. I'm not just saying things just to say them. Okay. Okay, so what else can we see here on the chart? What else can we see on the chart? We have a strong move down. We have a strong move down. I want to ask, is there a channel? Is there a channel for it? So let's find out. Is there any point where we have 2 or 3 touches on the chart? Maybe here and here. Maybe that's our channel. Okay, so if this is our channel, I'm not sure. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. But this is what I'm gonna go with. I usually like to find 2 to 3 points or more, but I'm betting this market is probably gonna go up to this high right here, and then I may be looking for shorts after we get up all the way over here. I'll look for market to come down. Okay, we have the 15-minute opening range. So let's actually go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what, let's draw this as a red line because it is resistance. Right, this is resistance right here. And I also like to mark out my opening range. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Notice so far we haven't done anything really complicated. We just kind of we're just kind of marking things that we're seeing. We're not really stressing like we need to make $1 million today. We're just marking out things that we see and just trying to make the best decision that we can with the knowledge that we have. So that's our opening range. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this in. So lock that in and lock this in, so that way we don't move it accidentally. See, there it is, it's locked, I can't move it. Okay, perfect. So we're going straight to fill that gap. Yeah, we just wait for a setup. Wait for a setup, wait for a pullback and retest. And that's what's going to determine whether we make money or not today. Can we patiently wait for our setup? I'm gonna go ahead and actually move this a little bit lower. I know I like to think that the liquidity is at the high, but the resistance is really down here at this spot right here. So let's mark out actual resistance. Just want to be aware, if I do buy some sort of pullback here, right? The pullback retest the high of the range, I want to be looking to exit at these highs right up here, or before we even get there, right? I don't need to stop the entire move. I just need to get a piece of this move to make a decent amount of money. So let's not be greedy here and do the right thing. So far we got 4 very bullish candlesticks forming. Got 1 more minute until this last candle forms. So you can see still moving. So we need this candle to close. We need to see some kind of retracement. I would actually love it if we could pull back to either one of these like fair value gaps here. You can see I'm not gonna mark them, and I'll show you them, but I'm not gonna mark them. But it's this one right here. I just don't want to have too much stuff in the chart. This one right here, and there's another one down here. Okay, so I would like to see a strong close above the opening range high, and I would love to see some sort of pullback here into this previous fair value gap, preferably this one, not this one. Because if we go to this one, then it's letting me know there's quite a lot of sellers. I like to know that there's not a lot of sellers here. I like to know that there's a lot of sellers up here. So I'll preferably like it to go down to this one, and then we start pushing up. And that's gonna be my entry. To go long here, I would then take an entry long as we pull back and then close above the range, or as we pull back and start to show an increase of buyers here through volume, and also kind of like the candlesticks is showing us as a strong buyers here, then I would love to take a long position as low as possible here, and I'll probably put my stop all the way down here, and I'll do a 1 or 2 as we start to get into this kind of supply zone where now the gap starts to fill. I'm gonna be exiting up there, or maybe I'll exit before that. It's not a position where I want to be holding too long. I know I'm going against the overall trend here, so I'm considering everything that's going on. I'm looking for a trade, but I'm not just focusing on the now. Oh, okay, market's ripping, that's great, but do not forget we have an overall downtrend. Hourly down on the hourly time frame, we broke support. We broke support here. This area right here, and then price just tumbled down. So this lets me know we're very likely to go up, create a lower high. So this is a high right here. We're gonna create probably a lower high, and then we'll probably see some kind of continuation to the downside. At least to this, I would say at least to this area of support. You can see some buyers here. This is a small demand zone right here, and you could see some buyers stepping in. Maybe perhaps another move down. So we're not there yet, so let me not go too far ahead. Right now we're up here ripping, filling this gap. Okay, so with that being said, give me a sec here. Let me skip this ad. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have our plan for the day. We have our strategy for the day. What else do we need? What else do we need? Now all we need, I think, is just patience. We already know what the market's doing. I think now we just need to wait for that setup. Let's see here. What? What you mean? No request. What is this? Why not logged in? What's going on? Okay. Alright, well, I'm missing my entry. Why can't I buy? Well, I don't know what's going on, but I can't take the trade and I'm missing my opportunity. Let's try this again. What is going on? Oh god. What in the world? It's not letting me take, but I still have my it's not letting me take a trade for some reason. Not sure what's going on. Interesting. Well, that's kind of messed up. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not letting me enter my trade, and I'm missing the opportunity. Jesus, what is going on? Should I restart the whole app? Let me see. Let's try to reset everything. Just bear with me here, guys. I'm gonna reset the NinjaTrader app. Not sure why it's not letting me enter the trade. Hopefully this fixes it. Okay, now we're back. Oh Lord, there goes the opportunity he was waiting for. We got the pull back in the retest. No. Well, this is what happens, guys. You have to sometimes go through like this in trading because you know, it's computers and programs and systems, and sometimes shit happens. Let's see. Hopefully now it lets me put a trade on. I'm not sure what's going on, but my account is not liquidated, so I should be able to place a trade. Not sure why it's not letting me. Okay, so let's try this again. Now it's hella late to enter that trade, but I don't know. I just want to see if it's even working right now. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's working now. All right, well, now we just we'll wait for the next opportunity, I suppose. But I could have been done for the day by now. Could have been done for the day. Just takes a lot of patience in this game. Patience from the market and patience from yourself. Because stuff will go wrong and you have to remain calm. You have to remain calm. We missed this opportunity here. Couldn't take the trade for some reason. It was having some kind of error. But yeah, we just, stay humble and we'll wait for another opportunity. Maybe we'll get one. If we do, cool. If we don't, then we'll wait for another day. Wait for another day. Let's see. I think market could be going back one more time before we get to a final target. But I wanted to enter here as the market is kind of pushing away from this opening range high. It would have been a sweet entry there. But it is what it is, guys. We just be patient. Please be patient. Tomorrow, what do we got? International trading goods and services. BMI composite final. ISM services index. We'll load it up tomorrow. Bunch of news. Let's see. Yeah, she's ripping, man. She's going. I think it's become pretty clear that this gap is going to finish filling. So now it's no longer, are we going to fill to the upside or fill to the downside? Right? Pretty clear there. Man, I would have loved to be in that trade. If we push back down to this fair value gap here, I will still be looking for my buys. I will still be looking for those buys. So now we're seeing this 5-minute time frame, right? We're seeing that the trend is, the short-term trend now is up, and the longer term trend is down here. Let's see here. I don't like this this trend here. Let me see if I fix this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks better there. go. Yeah, I think that looks better there. And yeah. So we obviously know there's sellers on the high of this range, and we could be looking at this top of the trend line as resistance. Front one. There's the other one. This one. There we go. Okay. So this is support down here, and this is resistance up here. Resistance. Okay, so we're approaching resistance. We're approaching sellers. There we are. Nothing but buyers this morning so far. And while we're still here, let's go ahead and duplicate this chart and pull up the S&P. So we're going to change the MES, and we're going to duplicate this chart as well, and this is going to be the ES or MES as well. We're going to rename to this MES 60 minutes, and now we have the MES 5 minutes. Seeing weakness here, doji. And yeah, I'm just chilling here. Let's make sure. There we go. Now we got a fully decked out chart. We can go ahead and do the same thing we did on the Nasdaq. Do it here on the MES. And let's go ahead and mark our support. And not only support, but we're also going to do this whole area here as a demand zone. And we're also going to mark out this whole area here. I'm expecting to see sellers. If we don't see them here, this could just be a pullback, right? We have really strong buyers here, so I wouldn't normally expect this to be a reversal area for this whole trend. But we do have a bearish fair value gap here where we previously created a very strong move down, so we could be having some strong sellers here as well. Just have to be careful. That don't look right. it's priced down here, but the candle closes all the way up there. I need to reload this. Let's see. Get the hand and tab. Still frozen. Okay. So can we reset this? Ah, it's such an annoying thing to deal with. Something's off with the chart here. Let's take a look. Can we switch to a different time frame and then come back to this one? Okay, perfect. And then can we go back to the 5? There we go. It's fixed. It is 10:11 so far. A report came out 10 a.m. It looks like we're finding a little bit of sellers here, and market's pulled back a little bit, and now we're finding some more buyers. Now we just gotta allow price to come to us, come to me, come down here, because I'm not chasing price. I am not chasing. Yeah, I would have been on buys here as we pulled back to the top of the high of the range, the opening range. I saw buyers, strong buyers here. I would have been on a buy at least somewhere here, something like that. Something like that, guys. Seeing strong buyers here. This could be another attempt to push higher. Don't like this entry up here though. Would have loved to see a little bit of a deeper pullback. Would have been nice, but we'll see. Let's see what she wants to do. We got that pullback, retest. Okay, they're finding some weakness here. There's some sellers on the lower time frames. You can see sellers there. Let's go ahead and let's create the 1 minute time frame here as well to get a closer look at what the market is doing. There we have it. We're very close to resistance up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just keep an eye on this here on the lower time frame for now. Buyers are finding a tough time getting past this right here. This level right here. There seems to be some sellers. It looks like market's weakening here. We have some sellers entering the market. Looks like a double top almost. It could be pulling back here, so be careful if you're on buys. We did get a nice confirmation for that pullback and retest of the opening range, but you never know. This could be pulling back at any moment, so just be careful here. There we go. We got some more buyers coming in. Good. Good. There's still a strong trend here, and we have that possibility to fill that gap there. So
Where's your playlist taking you?
there we go. So we're risking. What's a risk like? Okay, so right here we're risking 593 for using one contract. 593. Sorry, that's $93. $93.50 for one contract. We got 187 profit for twice the risk. Twice the risk. Let's see what else we have here. Take a look at the ES. Yeah, we still have some of this gap still available to fill it. What will we do here, guys? Okay, we need to see some buyers really push here, some volume spike, maybe really push past this resistance right here. Seller seems to be taking a liking for this high right here. We need buyers to really push. We need buyers to really push here. Gotta be patient. Let's take a look again on the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, you see this bullish candlestick here. It's very tricky because it's not off the opening range high, so it seems like a way of them creating liquidity down here, so they can sweep, take out buyers, and then push the rest of the way up after buyers have been taken out. So very, very tricky. That could be kind of the plan here. If we do get that pullback, I would love to enter right here at this unit. I would love that entry right there. That would be awesome. would be a great entry right here. This will be my preferred entry down here. Up or up here. If I see this, if I see price sweep this low right here, and then I start to see buying pressures increasing, then I'm going to add some more in there for sure. Very strong volume here. I'm liking this. So what are we seeing here? What can we see here? Well, we're seeing that there was a bear flag there, retesting the opening range, nice going entry. We're seeing that price is staying above the 21 EMA, which is this purple line right here. We're getting close to filling this gap and getting to the high of this channel here on the hourly time frame. So this should be continuing to push higher, fill this gap, and then I'll be looking for some sort of short from up here. Hopefully by then, when that hopefully exceeding our 11 a.m. time, and yeah, I would like to close it as close to 11 a.m. as possible, because usually once it starts to hit like past 11:15, 11:15, 11:30, it starts to get really choppy, really slow. Okay, we get an increase of sellers here. Let's see. Buyers are still fighting to hold above the opening range. Let's see what they want to do here. Buyers are still in control here. There seems to be some desire to sell, but this momentum is to the upside right now. Careful here if you sell. Very slow right now, so this is why I like to end it by like 11 o'clock, because market started very clean, very smooth, and then it starts to slow down, range, you know. Yeah, let's go back to the lower time frames we see here. So very close to filling this gap. Looks like this could be the push to set it off right here. See a very small increase in volume as the market pulls back here. This could have been buyers, as we see the candlesticks are leaving wicks on the bottom, and volume is also increasing. So then this gives me the perception that strong buyers buying these lows, you know, and we could be seeing that push, that strong push to the upside. There we go. Take a look at the ES here as well. So yeah, the ES, okay. Same thing here as the Nasdaq. Strong bullish candle on the hourly. And then you get to the 5-minute. We're in a bit of a range here. Same thing here, a bit of a range. Not so much momentum here. This could be picking up. This is why I wanted to see volume spike, because I want to see it pick up a little bit. You know, when market slows down, it eventually picks up. So that's what I want to see here. I'd love to see it, okay, pull back and slow down a little bit. I'd like to see it pick up. Finish that push to the upside. All right, are we getting that spike? Can we get that spike? Switch this to the 1 minute. Use the 1 minute NQ. Let's see. Still seeing some sellers here close to these highs. Kind of holding price here. Let's see what they want to do here. Will we get that spike or not? The sellers are coming in. They're probably gonna bring this down. So I think I'm gonna call it a day here. Let's close that trade. Market's looking weak. And yeah, guys, just keep reading price action. You know, continue to look at what the chart's telling you. Right, we were hoping to get all the way up here, but we obviously can see that there's some resistance here, some sellers here. So what we have to do is just make sure that we just adjust to what we're seeing, right? Adjust to reading the price action. Right? If we were gonna get up here, it should have already done so. It had multiple attempts to go up and failed over and over again. So then that's fine. We just change plans. That's what we do, right? We change plans. So let market come down, do what it needs to do, and then if it shows more buying opportunities, then we'll buy it back up. No need to try to force trades, just observing that there's a lot of sellers up here, and that probably price wants to come down, sweep some stops, right? We're gonna take some stops out, some previous lows, and then maybe we can start going back up again. Okay. And that's pretty much it. You guys have a great rest of your Monday. Stay disciplined, follow your plan, wait for your A+ setups, and keep it consistent, man. Keep it consistent, keep it profitable, and don't get too emotional. You know, that's all I can tell you. All right, peace. Take care, everyone.